The FBI director is slamming Apple and Google this morning. Those tech giants are making smartphone data off limits to law enforcement, even with a court order. Apple CEO Tim Cook told me last month on my PBS program that his business is not interested in people's information.
Our view is when we design a new service, we try not to collect data. So we're not reading your email. We're not reading your iMessage. If the government laid a subpoena on us to get your iMessages, we can't provide it. It's encrypted and we don't have the key. And so it's sort of the door is closed.
In an interview for last night's 60 Minutes, James Comey said those limits threaten national security.
The notion that people will have devices, again, that with court orders based on a showing of probable cause in a case involving kidnapping or child exploitation or terrorism, we could never open that phone. My sense is that we've gone too far and we've gone there.
CBS News senior security contributor Mike Morell is a former CIA deputy director. Michael, good morning. So Tim Cook said encrypted and they don't have the key. How different is this new software when it comes to privacy?
So what Apple has done here is created an operating system that allows the user to choose an encryption system for which only the user has the key. Nobody else does. Not Apple, not anybody else. So the user decides who gets to see that, and that's what Jim Comey is worried about.
Go ahead.
Well, do you think that this new level of privacy amounts to a national security threat, as the FBI director said?
So, Nora, I understand Jim's concern, but there's actually two aspects of security here. It's not just one-dimensional. The second dimension, which Jim didn't really talk about, is cybercrime. Cyber hacking is growing, and people want to be able to protect the information on their electronic devices. And that's really important here, and that's something we have to think about.
Michael, I got a question. Apple's Cook said that it's encrypted and we don't have a key, and so it's sort of the door is closed. Are you implying that no, it's not, that that somebody, the government, hackers, can and will find the key?
Jane, what I'm saying is that the only person who has the key is the user. And what I'm saying is that's a bad thing for the FBI. It's a bad thing for the intelligence community. But it's a good thing for the user who's trying to protect his or her data from cyber criminals. Cybercrime now makes as much money as the illicit drug trade. So this is a very, very big deal. So there's two sides to this security argument here, and I think people have to keep that in mind.
Aren't there three sides? I mean, if there are like terrorists involved, I think that's a pretty significant third side, isn't it?
Sure. I mean, there's a national security side. You know, there's criminals and terrorists, and then there's a protecting your data side, and all of that is important. You know, one of the points I think is worth making here is that there is a very, very long history of law enforcement and the intelligence community having to adapt to new technologies. And there's technologies that create opportunities for them, and there are technologies that create challenges. This is just the latest in a new technology that creates challenges. The FBI, the intelligence community, are going to have to figure out how to deal with it.
All right, Mike.